Okay, so this is from a 20. This is a 27-year-old who disappeared at an intersection. Um, Very pretty girl. So they'd like to know where she is, where she wound up at, and then they'd also like to know the circumstances. So let's start with the obvious. She was at an intersection at 9:20 p.m. I tell you, I got some royalty-free music playing in my headsets because I'm afraid YouTube's gonna ban something or drop me or do whatever they do. And it's from Aim to the Head. It's just this synthetic music maker, and it's all royalty-free as long as I provide the name Aim to the Head on my transcript somewhere. So if you guys hear the beat, that's what it is. It's not real restful. It's not doesn't make me happy, but you know what? It's music, and it's what I'm gonna listen to. All right, so let's look at that intersection. So I'm not sure where the address is. Not quite sure what that. I'm not quite sure what that is. Um, I'm not sure that it's a three-way compared to a four-way. I don't get a feel like it's a four-way. It's just really weird. I might be wrong. Yeah, this music ain't gonna fly. We're gonna listen to some Wadruna, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I just can't share it with you guys because hey, figure out some way to get some good music on here, and that way we can all share in this quality stuff. Okay. Anyways, either this is a four-way intersection or this is just a three-way because it feels like a three-way on. It also feels like there's a brick wall here. So it's like it's either a brick wall or a chain link fence, but it feels like there's a wall here. Yeah, at first I thought this was like a old man on a in a wheelchair, or maybe a park bench. Maybe I wonder if that's a bus stop. Back in 1987, did they have bus stops? Phone booth? So it's either a man in a wheelchair, phone booth, bus stop. I'll tell you what, you can't hear the music playing in my headset, and I can only partially hear it because my headphones are broken. I'll just have to sing for you. Yeah, yeah. I just turned off the audio. This is the kind of music I like right here. Okay. So I wonder if that's her at the bus stop or whatever this is. I wonder if this is. All right. So this is our victim. This is the girl, and she's actually waving somebody down. Alright, so she waved somebody down, or she waved to somebody. Let's take a look and see who she waved at. Yeah, I have the TV on, so my co-pilot's with me. He's kind of questioning what I'm doing, which is probably a good thing because I need to question what I'm doing too sometimes. So if you guys got any feelings or energy on this one, just let me know. Either drop it in the chat or drop it in a message. Um, I'll be sending this to the person who requested it. It's a very old case. It would be nice to. It'd be nice to actually get some information on it. What I'd really like to do is find the location. It's been 40 years. There's not going to be much left. Okay. All right. Why is the music getting louder? I don't know. Um, that I couldn't tell you because I don't have a feed onto it. All right, so um, oh, 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 all right, guys. So yeah, I'll rewatch it. Um, I usually do. Try to see what if I pick up any other vibes. I usually watch the videos once or twice. So I got a brick foundation wall. I think it's not a finished basement because the the joists are exposed and there's no insulation up there. Um, there's pretty heavy efflorescence on the wall down low, so there's some sort of water issue. But I mean, I don't know where this place is, but I'm kind of thinking this fresh concrete that was poured years ago in this house um, has hidden the remains of this one. So I'm assuming they're in a basement under concrete. The funny thing is, it doesn't feel very far from this point. I don't know how big this town is. Um, wonder what I'm gonna take a look on a map and see where this is at. So the basement's not a finished basement, but it feels like there's utilities down there, like maybe there's a water heater. You know what? We're gonna do this. Let me tape it or take a picture. All right. So what I wanted to do, make sure my co-pilot's here. Okay, so I need to go to Tennessee. So I'm going to pull up Google Earth. Wow. So the problem with this is I have no clue back in '87 what was here. Um, okay, let me show you what I got. It is pretty cool to see what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I mean, when I'm looking at this, I can visualize certain areas. And then when I look at it on a map, it's like unbelievable. All right, so let's zoom in on that. Okay, folks, there's that wall or fence as I was trying to show you. Wow. Now, I don't know how old Clayton Homes is. I don't know if this is back in the 80s. But there's that fence. Wow. Wow. See more dates with Street View and hit how locations have changed over time. See more dates. I want to see March 2008. So that Clayton Homes has been there for a long time. Maybe. If I can read this. If I can read this right. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I really kind of. That's 2012. That's 2013. Okay, so cool. U-Haul's been there the entire time, or the U-Haul place. Okay, so I don't see a bench. I don't see anything here to indicate a place where you would sit down or stand for that reason. I don't see any kind of the other thing is I mean, this is a lot of open territory over here. So now the question is because I'm seeing the I mean, look at all the open territory. I mean, I can't imagine that she got into a car willingly, and I'm just kind of wondering if my other view or information was this good. So I've got a basement, foundation basement, and there's efflorescence. So there is water issue. Efflorescence. There's new concrete from '87. There is a lot of territory there. I mean, did he kill her and throw her in this pond? I don't even know what lake that is. It doesn't even register. I don't know. It's not very big. So, the image is still covering the screen? Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, because I'm zooming in on the image. I'm just, it feels like she went back to somebody's house. She went back to a house. There was a gun involved. I don't know if she went willingly, if she knew about the gun, but she went willingly. And I guess my deal is this feels like a little bit of an older home. I don't know how big, but it feels like an older home. So I guess what I could do is look back onto this area and see which of these suburbs. See, it doesn't feel like a suburb. It feels like an isolated house. A house that was been here for a long time. So uh, I don't know how to go back in time looking at the old Google map. Maybe one day I can figure that out, but I'm not thinking I can do it today. All right, so let's get rid of this real quick. Okay. So it does feel like there's something to do with the foundation. I don't know if that's where the event took place. I don't know how long it took place. But there was recognition. So there's recognition. There's a gun. There's acceptance. There was violence. There's death. So those three things are what I am picking up on. This is after they got to a certain point. Um, in '87, the guy. Let's take a look at the guy. He's a younger man, 20s, 20s, 29, maybe somewhere around 20, 26, 26 through 29. Let's go 26 through 29. So he was a younger man, which would make him 60 something now. So if he's watching, which I don't think he is, I got a feeling that this guy actually wound up in jail for something else. Gangly, skinny. Why did he have access to this underside of the house? Why would he be in a basement? Was this his basement? Whose basement? Whose basement? What did he do there? All right, let's look at this guy. Was he a vet? Is this? I mean, he looks like a young guy and feels like an old guy, if that makes sense. So he looks young from the outside. He's tall, skinny, gangly, but he feels like uh, he's saying things. So I mean, is he a vet? Is he somebody that should have been under care from somebody? All right, let's take a look at you, fella. Let's take a look at him. Let's see, 87, I was in high school. No, I was out of high school. Drug of choice was weed. Wasn't a lot of cocaine. No methamphetamines. Downers, uppers, rubies, roofies. LSD. Is this guy a drug dealer? So he had issues. He wanted something. Either sex or attention. Or I mean, maybe, is this guy like a multiple killer? Is he like one of those guys that travels through? The thing is she recognized him, or she kind of like knew him from somewhere. This outfit he's got on is kind of weird because it almost feels like overalls, but it's not overalls. It's some sort of I don't know if it's just like a I don't know what kind of shirt it is. And it feels like a t-shirt, and then there's some kind of vest thing that goes up over the front of him. So I don't know what he's wearing. Is this like a protective vest? Is this to keep the splatters off? I mean, is this like a butcher's vest? Butcher's vest. I guess my question is this a repeat? Or second one? But I just don't get the feeling of recognition. It's like she recognized him, even though he whipped out a gun. She recognized him. Is he a cop? Is he a person in power? But he was skinny at the time. He's not skinny now, but he was skinny at the time. He was gangly. He had some sort of he had something wrong with his nose. I don't know if it's broken or he had a nose issue. So it was either broken or it was misaligned or something. Image is still covering the screen? Okay, hold on. I don't see it. No, I was 64, 87, no, I was 23. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I was married, had kids, living in LA. 87. I think that was the year that Earth. Let's see. Yeah, no. 86 was the year of the big earthquake in LA. Okay, thank you. That scared me for a minute. So this guy doesn't. I don't think he's a cop. He could be, but he stands there funny. He feels. Okay, so when you're standing there and you got your chest out and you're proud of what you've done, it's like, look what I did. I think this guy's a repeat. I think there's more than he's a repeat. Or maybe he's wanted to do this before. So now, like I said, I think this guy's either in jail or he's in a home or something. But we need to find the house that was there in '87. That's fairly close. I'd say within 5 miles. There's a house there. I wonder what he was driving when he picked her up. There's no cameras in the area. There's no way to identify. So we have to go with plan B, which would be identify the truck. Why would it be a truck? Why not a car? And it's almost like he went to the basement to do something and then took the baggies or whatever and then dispersed them. But then again, something was buried in that basement, whether it was remains or um, personal items. Then something was buried in there where some other stuff was dispersed. Um, Man, I hope the family doesn't see this. This is not a good one. Um, Proud of what I did. I'm proud of what I did. So I look at what I did. He kept souvenirs. Earring. Uh, Box. Silver wrapping. A box with silver wrapping. A bow. Yeah, there's a bow. Where did he keep this? So if he's in jail, what did he do with it? Did it like go away? Unrelated. Dump. So he kept souvenirs. He goes to jail for whatever reason. This wherever he was staying at found the earrings or found the box, took everything to the dump, threw it away. So his trophies are no longer there. No longer. But why her? And was she disposed in the house, or was that just the clothes? In the house is the violence. The clothes went to the dump. Clothes went to the dump. But not the remains. So I don't know. I don't know. So what I got so far is this guy seems to be a repeat. He knew the girl. This is not his first one. He was gangly skinny. He is no longer gangly skinny. What I see now is an old man with an alcoholic problem that's been sitting in jail for quite a while. He's got the alky nose where it's all bloodshot out. Um, The earrings that she had were in a box that went to the jail. The clothes went to the dump and a separate thing. And then the body was disposed of. Where was it disposed of? He buried something in that basement. And I don't know if it's the remains. Um, but I think that I think she was pretty much brutalized. No, he was sitting in, he sat in jail for something unrelated, and I don't know if it was a drug charge or what, but he didn't, so he wasn't free. The murder happened, then he got busted for something, then he sat in jail for a while. And I think it was like 10 or 15 years. So this guy went to jail for something else. He went to jail for quite a while. Anything of his was thrown away. The house he was living at, probably, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that when you go to jail, nobody's there to cover your rent for however long you're gone, so all your stuff goes away. His parents are dead. Oh, they're dead now. 87. Was his parents alive in 87? Yes, his parents were alive in 87. So, but there's animosity or anger. Or anger toward parents. Well, I don't think it was just parents. I think it was everybody. His sister. So the guy was angry at something. And he didn't like women very much. Or maybe he did like women just too much. I don't think he owned. I think he rented. And that's why I say I don't know what they do when you're renting. You never come home. So that's the other thing. It was an unrelated charge he got popped on. It was probably about 2 to 5 years after this incident. Even though the town was very small, it would be a hard time looking through all the. I mean, I don't know what kind of computer system they got, but it'd be hard to go through and look for anybody who lived in that area within a 5-mile radius to see who went to jail at the time and went away for 10 to 15 years. I mean, it could be done. I just don't know how labor intensive that would be. I've never actually looked into that. So, that's so funny because that man, I tell you what, that wall that I was looking at where she's standing by it. So that fence that you saw on the Google map, she was standing by that fence. She was standing by that fence and she was waving at somebody. Somebody that she knew or recognized. So she knew this guy. And he lived close by. The house was an older house. It has a basement. This is not going to be hard to find back in 87. The question is what did he do with the remains? That's going to be the hard part. I'm going to have to do a round 2 on this one. I think what I'll do is I'll talk to IDK and Matt or Mark and see if they want to join me for a location. So I'll use the same numbers for the location and see if we can kind of hone in on what we were looking at. And what I want to do is I want to really look at what's in the basement, what it has for, what's there to hold the interest. Why am I drawn to this basement? And then the other thing is do an actual look at the remains. That's a long time to be missing, so it's going to be really tough. I need a scryer. buddy. Let me show you what I got. Look at that. Is that pretty? Not sure how to use it yet, but one day, one day I'll be able to do it. Could we grid up the map and use hot cold to determine where the remains may be? Possibly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an ARV with four pictures, four distinct pictures, and then I'm going to pull up the the location, right? And then I'm going to separate that into quads, and then I'm going to do ARV to figure out which one of the four directions to look, and then just keep chopping it down smaller and smaller. I've done it before. It's actually really, really cool. And even though it took me to where the final location was wrong, I was still really close to where they found the body. I mean, like really close to where they found the body. So even though I was in the wrong spot here, once I got narrowed down from Newfoundland all the way down to this small patch, the body was here, and a couple thousand meters away is where I located. So it worked for Derek of Newfoundland. It just didn't get down to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to try it with this one. So I want to do, I'll tell you what, we'll actually we'll do two views. We'll do an ARV for the Tennessee. Okay, so we'll do an ARV for the Tennessee location, and then what I'll do is I'll have you do. We'll do kind of like a speed run. It's where you pull up. You have the AI pull up four prompts of four completely different things with all the details that we can get onto the four prompts using an AI, and then I'm gonna cut this grid into four sections, and then we'll just go through, and I'll just have you, we'll do the remote view, we'll figure out which one of the four pictures it is, and then I'll just have you sit there and then do the AI thing, just time after time. So we could do it really quick, probably in about 30 minutes, but we'll do it next time. Well, that's the thing, is I took Newfoundland and I got it narrowed down to within 1,000 feet of where the body was. 1,000 feet. That's pretty good. I, I'm going to chalk it up as a win, even though it wasn't a win. 1,000 feet is not bad. Alice Marie Chingley, the one that I was looking at some time ago, she was found. I'm still waiting to hear where her body was found, because when I saw her, she was slumped down, and she was in a location that you can't see easily. So I want to know if she was out in the forest and I don't know, maybe some fentanyl or something got loaded and passed out and died, or something worse. I can't remember what the cause of death was, but I am very interested to find out. I don't know what Bing Chat is. Yeah, but it'll be easy. You're gonna have to. What you do is, see, I do it for like when I'm doing the lottery. I generate 67 different AI prompts. It's not AI pictures, it's AI prompts. The prompts have all the details you need. Describe the emotion, the feel, the type of picture it would make, the feel or the essence of the picture, the environmental conditions, and the, what do they call it? It's when a picture is made in a certain particular way to represent certain, like, cold and funky and nighttime misty in the big city would be called something. A steampunk is a type of how you draw. It just you know what I mean. The pictures. I'll show you. Like I said, we'll do this later. You'll get a kick out of it because it's a really cool way to. It comes up with 4 completely different random pictures, and then I pick out the essence of the one, obviously, that is closest to the where the body's going to be. So, all right. Trying to think, did I write everything down? Skinny, frumpy, sex attention, butcher's vest. Repeat second time, so he's murder. In the basement, acceptance, violence, death. Silver earrings are gone. All right. I'm gonna take a picture of everything. Pretty sure I took a picture initially. So, all right, and we'll do this probably tomorrow or the next day. I don't even know what day today is. I think it's Thursday. I think tomorrow's Friday. So, all right. So, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for joining me. I will catch you later.